Good morning, stamping friends. How's everyone doing today? It is Tuesday, October 27th. We are nearing Halloween. Oh, have you guys seen that meme where it says something about we wear masks all the time, so what's the big deal with Halloween? I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's so true. Well, we are still going to do Christmas projects here. Hopefully you're not getting tired of these, but it is the season for that. In Arizona here, I woke up and I always look at the temperature. It's 46 degrees. So I have my sweater on, my jeans on. I am freezing cold in this house. Oops, sorry, comments are coming in. So anyway, that makes me more anxious to make Christmas cards because it definitely feels wintry. Now, granted, I know we don't have snow and stuff like that, but it's chilly for us here. I'm kind of a Arizona brat now, even though I'm from Minnesota. You'd think I'd be used to this, but I think my blood has changed over the years. So let me switch the camera so that you can see what we're making. And sorry about this. You always get a view of my hand here. Let me flip that around so you can at least see the, zoom in a little bit and let me lock it in place. Sorry about this. All right, here's the host code. I always like to post that in case you order. It would be awesome if you use my host code. Oh, I want this a little bit bigger here. Hold on. It's not letting me zoom. Okay. What is wrong? This is not letting me zoom. Oh, well, I think this will work. Oh, there we go. Now it's too much. Okay, I'm so sorry. All right, there's the host code, and I encourage you to use that unless your order is over 150. Then you can reap the benefits yourself for the host gifts. Now, our time is running out for the Santa's Workshop Stamp Camp. Remember, this is a class that Genevieve Coe and I are doing together. I'm going to show you another preview project that I created, and you get all this product in with the class. It's Trimming the Town Designer Series paper, all the trimmings, ribbon combo pack, which is Old Olive and Poppy Parade ribbons, all the trimmings, embellishments, and snowflake sequins. There are, if you count each individual project, including tags and the small 3x3 cards, you get 12 projects, and you'll also get the PDF tutorial mailed to you. Remember that there's no stamping done for you per Stampin' Up! Policy, and the class fee is $55 for all of that. And then there's optional add-ons, which the two stamp sets we're using are Freezin Fun and Peace and Joy. You can add these on, and this is the final price for the add-ons, and that includes tax and shipping. So even though these prices may appear higher or lower in the catalog, it's because we put the tax and shipping in there. So if you were to order these individually, you'd be paying more than that. All right, so November 1st is the deadline on this, which is Sunday. So that's coming up. If you are interested, please go to my website or my blog, and you can just click on that link. And I'll also put Genevieve's link on there. She's in Canada, so she has a different link for hers because her prices are different and we can't sell in between countries. The next thing that's also nearing the end is our Designer Series paper sale, which is ending October 31st. So this ends on Saturday, and this saves you 15%, and there's a lot of really pretty papers included in this. So be sure and take advantage of that. All right, for today's project, like I said earlier, it's another Christmas project. I am promoting the Freezin Fun just to show you how versatile and how fun this set is, and this is one that you can add on to the Santa's Workshop class that Genevieve and I are doing. All right, so for starters, let's take a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock, and the most basic size I use is 8.5 by 5.5, scored in half at 4 1/4 on the long side. So we will just fold that in half. And then the next part is taking a 5.5 inch by 3 inch piece of white cardstock, and I did pre-cut this. So it's 5.5 across by 3.5. And then there's a cool little die in the Freezin Fun bundle, and it gives that wavy line, which I just want to show you how close to the edge I got. So I just put it straight across and then snip the top off. All right, then the next piece we are going to use is the Designer Series paper that's included in this pack, and this is at 5.5 inches by 2 inches. So let's go ahead and adhere this to the front of the card. And of course, we're going to stick that at the top like that. All right, now let's work on the bottom part. We are going to use a cute little penguin in this part in Memento ink. Memento is the ink that you use when you want to use blends because it will make the blends not bleed. All right, this is so cute what he's going to be doing. I kept looking at the penguin and he goes, he's so whimsical. It kind of looks like he's snowboarding, you know, because he's a little bit off balance, but wait till you see how I'm going to use this. So I'm going to kind of put him cockeyed here. And for this next part, we are going to make him, and need to get a scrap piece of paper here. I forgot to grab this before I start because I don't want to get my mat dirty. All right, I took a scrap piece of white paper and I just punched a hole underneath it. You can use like 1.5 or 1 1/4, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then I took 2 Post-it notes and I made just like a little pie shape. And we are going to make him look like he's making a snow angel. So what you do is you put that pie over 1 foot, and then I'm going to use, I used Balmy Blue for the ink, and use a dauber, and let me tell you, light is better for this because I did so many that did not look right. So less is better here. So we're mainly just going to go right where the edges of the pie, not too much into where his feet are. And if you do too much, you're going to have a literal pie shape. So what I do is I lift it up. Oh, you can hardly see that. So I do need to go a little bit darker. So just barely at the edge. Okay, that one's good. Now let's go over here and we're going to do it on his foot. It's okay if it goes off the page a little bit. And you know how I learned this technique? My sweet friend, Michelle Zindorf, she did, I don't know, probably 5 years ago, this cute little Eskimo girl who was doing a snow angel. I said, how did you get that shadow underneath it? So she explained, we went back and forth, and she finally helped me. She's like the master of shading and stuff. So if you haven't visited her blog before, you gotta check that out. Michelle Zindorf is her name. All right, there's 3. Now we have 1 more little part here. I can't stress enough, less is more, because if you do too much, it's gonna look like a piece of pie, a piece of blue pie on him. All right, a little bit darker. Okay, then when you're done, we're going to go in and just ink up, and it's okay if it's going on top of this penguin because we are going to put a different penguin on top, so it doesn't matter. And just kind of fill in the edges around him like this. Just kind of blend it a little bit like that. Okay, now one more thing that can help show movement is you take the Balmy Blue, but do the light marker and use the, not the brush end, but the other. And we're just going to help it have some movement so that you can see that he's like going back and forth, you know what I mean? So just a few little curved lines, okay? Now I'm looking at it and I think I need just a little bit more ink around the edging. Okay, now the next part we're gonna do, doesn't it look like he's making a snow angel? The next thing we're gonna do is make a new one, a new penguin to put on top of here. And I already did that because it takes too long online to color, and you guys know how to color. But here's the penguin colored, and I did light basic black blend. Then I did mango Stampin' Right marker. And then I did dark Poppy Parade blend, that one. for the scarf. And then I have these tiny little pom-poms. You don't have to do that. You can leave it white underneath, or if you have an embellishment. But I had these cute little pom-poms that I thought would be cute to give it a little more dimension. But use whatever you want. And then put dimensionals under it and line it up perfectly on top of there. All right. Now, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment, because I like stamping before I put dimensionals on the back of this. Have you ever done that? You try to stamp when there's dimensionals and you get wonky letters because of the little bump underneath. So I chose "'Tis the Season to be Freezing," which is appropriate for me today. Let's just go right there. All right, now we can set this on the card front. I guess I can get rid of my little sheet under here. And I'm going to use the larger dimensionals. I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I use large, sometimes I use small. And I always like to put one in the middle too. All right, now we're just going to stick this on the front. And there's one more little fun part that goes to this, and I'll show you in just a second. I would have put these on earlier, but then, like I said, I would have to stamp with wonky layers there and dimensions. All right, right on the front, so it pops up. We're getting closer. Now, it needs a little something here. So, because it's the penguin and he's probably in the north, I took my layering ovals dies, and let me grab my ruler and see which size this is. This is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. And you really only need half, but because I'm making 2 of them, I just did the whole one and cut it in half. So when I was done, it looked like this. And then I embossed it using the 3D brick and mortar embossing folder. And then I wanted to put, can you tell what it's going to be? It's going to be a little igloo, and these are like the ice blocks. I needed a little entrance here, so grab what you have. You may want to just hand cut a little oval there. I love light bulb anything, and I hung onto this punch, so I just used this, and I just try to get it in the middle, and I just punched like that to make that. Now I'm going to grab, I guess I am going to ink up a little bit more. Back to Balmy Blue in your dauber, and just very lightly go over the snow blocks so you can see the divisions between the ice, or between the snow blocks. And then I just kind of gently went around the edges. Daubers are good for this because you have a little more control than the sponges. Sponges have a different purpose, but for something small like this, to get in the little intricate things, I like to use the daubers. And then I'm going to use mini dimensionals this time. We don't need very many. And we're going to put this on the front. And let's see, I think I forgot one thing. Aha, rats. I'll have to show you my done one. All right, we're going to put this on here. Like that. And then, because I only made one penguin, there's one more part to this and I forgot to stamp it. I put snowballs on. So I'm going to borrow the penguin because I seriously only made one for this video. Oh my gosh, you know me and FaceTime Live, I always mess up somewhere. So we're going to add it to the finished one. And why didn't I just make a second one? All right, so here's the snowballs that are added. And there we have our fun little wintry card. Kind of looks like the North Pole, but I just stamped it in Balmy Blue, the snowballs, and stuck them on the front there. So I hope you enjoyed this project. Again, if you see any products you like, or better yet, sign up for our fun little Santa's workshop. And this card is not included, but once you have that stamp set and dies, you can easily make this. So I do have a PDF for this, and I will put that on my blog. And thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you on Friday morning again I'll probably be doing YouTube Live on Friday. So I'll see you then. Thanks, and have a great week. Bye-bye.